Hey everybody, this is Hadrian. Thanks for watching. Let's play some more of our tutorial in Civilization 5. So, I'm thinking that it's time to finally start acting like a Roman Empire. We had this, the way Civilization 5 plays out, I mentioned this earlier in the series, is, you'll deal with a lot of barbarians in open spaces. For instance, we started off the game with all of Africa to ourselves. So we didn't actually conquer any other nations, but we did conquer a lot of just wild territory where barbarians were spawning. So in a way, that's similar to the expansion of the original Roman Empire. But Civilization 5 actually, has the way it plays, the way it makes it seem. We haven't actually done any conquering per se, even though we have. We literally haven't. We haven't conquered any other cities yet. We've just conquered barbarians. Draws a bit of a distinction there. So I think it's time we actually did that. Also, can we just talk about how funny Europe looks for a second in the in this little approximation of the world? That doesn't look right. I feel like they could have extended it like to that tile and that tile, and it would have been fine. But no, it just does this. It always freaks me out whenever I see that. We haven't actually had a view of that entire area until just now, so I just noticed it. But anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and give Poland a bit of a hard time. Poland is... Let's size them up a little bit. Okay, Warsaw is their capital. They're pretty close. Strength of the capital is 62 compared to Rome's 39. So they've definitely done some more building as far as... Yeah, they have the Red Fort in Warsaw. That's helping, which is one of the wonders that they beat us to. So we're going to have to build up a little bit before we go to war with them. But we're also going to take Vatican City, just for the sake of controlling this side of Europe. And then we can move on this city that they've established in the British Isles, or in this game's case, the British Island. And we'll... also, we're almost... We're about 50% through the World's Fair, so we're going to get some nice bonuses when that finishes. Rome is almost done with the ironworks, which is really going to crank up production. Production plus 8 in Rome. So as soon as that's done in 3 turns, I'm going to let Rome go back to working on the World's Fair until the World's Fair is completed. That way we're just adding in a nice buffer just to make sure we win and get all the bonuses we possibly can from that. We have 43 happiness. We are 10 turns 10 turns away from the end of our golden age that just started, so that's good news. And we're making a lot of money per turn. So we're in a good position to catch up to the military strength of Poland cities, but we're definitely not in a position necessarily to attack them just yet. We've got some work to do, but we can do it relatively quickly. So in Mediolanum, we need to select some production. So tell you what, let's go ahead and build... we're going to need more money, so let's go ahead and build the bank. This worker needs orders. Looks like we've got a new space that can be built there. This is the first I've recorded since I wow. This is the first I've recorded since I did my episode, I think it was 14 and a half, my second half episode. For those of you who might have missed it, earlier in the tutorial, I was really confused as to why, happiness-based buildings that I had built in Surtsey weren't contributing to my happiness. And I was like, well, maybe it's because my borders aren't connected right here. Nothing to do with it. It's just a tooltip that I often ignored, but just has to do with the, let's see if I can pull it up. Right there. Colosseum can't provide more happiness than there are citizens in a city. So that's what it was. So we're not really concerned about the borders touching anymore. They might eventually grow anyway, but it's not as much of a thing anymore. And I just wanted to go ahead and clarify that. It's not something that I'm paying super close attention to at this point. All right, let's go ahead and improve these sheep with those workers. We're going to build a farm there. Next turn, Pakal has entered the industrial era. Okay. So this is just Askia looking to reestablish a deal. No problem. They didn't change the deal at all. Every now and then the computer will actually say, yes, we had this deal, but I'm not interested in the exact terms of the deal anymore. I want to change it. I want to get more out of it. And so when you propose... Oh, cool. Here we go. So the World Congress welcomes city-states. We have entered the industrial era, basically... because either half the civilizations have reached it or one civilization has reached the era beyond it. So it looks like maybe someone reached the era beyond it. No, it was half the Half the citizens reaching it. All right, we're going to keep exploring with that caravel. All right. So Surtsey is done. Let's go ahead and build a zoo in Surtsey. And we're going to assign delegates here. Oh, interesting. All right, we're very lucky that this just happened. So I wasn't expecting this. I'm still getting back in the groove, having not recorded for several days. But when there's an era change like that, a special session of the World Congress is called to order. Now, you'll remember, until this new era of the World Congress, where city-states as allies were welcomed, Maria actually had more delegates than me. But now no. I almost selected her as the leader. Basically, everyone gets to vote on who they think should be the host. AI players, unless you've arranged for them to vote for you in a trade, will generally vote for themselves. But now, I actually get to stay in charge of the world, which is pretty cool because I have enough city-state allies. So that's one advantage of the work that you saw me do in making sure that Malacca was my ally, that Singapore and Cape Town and Vancouver remain my allies. I'm going to try and get Bratislava as well here. Done. All right. So we're not very far away from the minimum there. We have to be at 60 influence. We only have 66. So it's only going to be about 6 turns. Well, actually, influence will change by 0.75. So let's see, that's 4 turns for 3. So 8 turns it'll take to get down to 60. So 9 turns and we won't be allies anymore. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But Bratislava being our ally will give us additional culture. And we are about to unlock a new culture policy, so that'll be nice. The ironworks is almost done in Rome. Nope. He wanted open borders. I said no. It's 1830 AD. I think 5 years are going by per turn nowadays. No. Everyone wants access to my territory. Okay, looks like our borders are touching now. So this growth finally happened. I think it was that space right there that needed to be filled in. So yes, it was actually. I can tell because there's nothing built on it, and I've built stuff everywhere else. So we can build a farm there. Rome remains host. Dies from Maria 1, Soak to Maria 1 ended. So it looks like that deal is over. But it didn't affect our happiness too much. So that's nice. I'm taking a look at these other cities to see, because we have enough faith to go ahead and purchase. Yeah, I'm gonna recruit a missionary and keep spreading paganism in some of our northern cities here to push back against what's been going on elsewhere. We also should probably use an inquisitor on Rome, because look at that. Rome actually has 33% Christian following, Catholic following. So that's not cool. But we are kind of resembling ooh, okay. Here's another. What I was going to say is we are kind of resembling history here in a way, because there's a Christian following growing in Rome. So the Grand Temple, because we built a temple in all of our cities, in 7 turns, we can have double religious pressure emanating from Rome. I'm going to take that. Yes, I know that I said I was going to go back to doing the World's Fair. I'm not very worried about it. I think we'll win it. All right, let's go ahead and build a pasture here on these sheep. Okay. So we just got cocoa. So our happiness is up to 44. We got another luxury resource. That's good news. So with Rome doubling the religious pressure... Okay. Maria wants to renew that deal as well. With Rome doubling religious pressure, that'll make it easier to kind of keep this religious incursion at bay that's been happening. And the way that religious pressure works, it's pretty cool, actually. Think about it in terms of purity. If you have a city that is entirely, that is first of all a large city, but there's also entirely, ooh, pirates are attacking Maria here. Interesting. That ship's almost dead. If you have a city that is almost entirely your religion, or entirely your religion, it will exert more pressure on the cities around it. There's a certain tile limit. I believe it's within 5 tiles, maybe 8 tiles. It'll exert a certain amount of pressure. And the more followers of that religion are in that city, the more pressure there will be. And so it's a cascading effect. As the religion grows outward, you'll just have additional pressure coming from the central holy city emanating out through your empire. It's pretty cool. It's a fun system. All right, Antium, what do you need? I'll put their production towards the World's Fair, just to be safe. We'll build a zoo and a Ratium. I'll go ahead and upgrade that unit there, because we need to. Are there any other upgrades to be done? No, there are not. Okay. Our missionary is done here, so we're going to go ahead and send him to Arpinum. And use spread religion. The city might convert. Nope, not quite. Going to need to use it one more time. So this is going to be, until we get another great prophet, this is going to be tough going. Unfortunately. So there are definitely some barbarian. There are basically pirates out on the water now at this point. You know, we have ships that are just harassing a lot of these civilizations in the area. All right, so we've completed Oxford University. Oh, cool. I didn't even see that coming. So we get a free technology, and we've accumulated enough culture to adopt a new social policy. So the next couple of turns are going to go really well for us, because I think we're about to get the free social policy as well from the World's Fair. So that's going to double our culture, give us a free social policy, all kinds of stuff. But we also can choose a free tech because we completed Oxford. So let's have a look at what is most needed. All right, anything that says free by it is free. I'm going to go for one of these because moving down this chain is one of the most important ones. And let's see here. Because of the railroad tech, and I'll show you why that is soon. But for now, also archaeology is kind of important too, though, because that helps for oil. Fertilizer. Yeah, I'm going to go for fertilizer because this is going to improve our food yields for pastures, our food yields from plantations. This is going to help our cities grow faster, and we need a technology. One of these two, basically. Anyway, so we've researched fertilizer. You've discovered a source of coal. Okay, so we have a coal source there. And where else? Okay, in Mediolanum. All right, this is actually awesome. So we've entered the industrial era, which enables us to see coal on the map. You'll recall that very early on in the game, we researched animal husbandry, which revealed horses on the map. So this is a revealed resource. Every now and then, a revealed resource will actually be in a city that you've already built. So you automatically get the resource and check it out. 6 coal we already have access to because of Mediolanum. Mediolanum is a source of coal. When I point to the tile here, you notice above the Choose Production button, it says there are 6 coal in Mediolanum. So that's great news. What we're going to do, we need to now start building factories as quickly as possible. In this particular city, though, I'm going to build an observatory for that extra science, science bonus. And speaking of science, choices. Yeah, I'm going to go for humanism here. Great scientists will be earned 25% faster. And the next policy, we will get additional 17% science from universities. I haven't built any trading posts yet, so that first bonus there is not relevant. But having great scientists come in faster would definitely be useful. All right, so now we can choose what actual research we want to pursue. Let's go ahead and go for archaeology, just because we need to be able to explore some ruins, and that's a really cool aspect of the game that I want to show you guys. Long Swordsman, upgrade the unit again. So we have another musketman in Aratium. This missionary needs orders again. Let's just have him spread religion again. Alright, Arpinum is now just barely a majority pagan city. Alright, so Casimir is secretly plotting against Askia. We're going to share that intrigue with Askia. We also need to send a worker down to this source of coal as soon as possible. It will replace that farm, unfortunately, because we need to mine that coal. what I might actually do is take this worker right here. See, there are Polish missionaries all in my territory right now. They're bringing Christianity with a vengeance. So that's going to be part of my casus belli, if you will, my just cause for declaring war on Poland. City connection broken. Oh, okay. So we've got a pirate giving me trouble. So Mediolanum's just going to fire on that barbarian ship until it's gone. All right, we are going to... Let's build a seaport. Extra production in Mediolanum would be a good thing. Your influence over Cape Town has degraded to the point where you're no longer their ally. Let's change that. Has almost degraded, rather. All right, so we got some influence back with them. And then Tyre is just requesting assistance against barbarians. So we'll let them deal. All right, I'm going to send these workers down. It'll just take them another turn after this one to get to that coal. And we're 4 turns away from finishing the Great Temple, which will help with this religious onslaught that we're facing before we start preparing to go to war with Poland. Oh, you're very pleased, were you? Okay, I don't care. I don't like you, Poland. And I'm going to conquer your cities. And there's nothing you can do about it. Right. So it looks like Mediolanum's connection has been reestablished. Rome is 1 turn away from growing. So that's very useful. And the World's Fair project should complete in another turn or 2. Right now it's 93% completed, 95% completed. So maybe in 2 or 3 more turns it'll be done. We've contributed a lot of production to it. I would be shocked if we didn't win it. In my experience, this level of AI typically doesn't participate too much in the World's Fair. Enemy's been spotted near Mediolanum. Oh, the pirate ship's back. Go away. Thank you. Right, so that's no longer an issue. I'm going to go ahead and build a farm there. And we're going to build the mine over that coal. And pretty soon I'll get to show you why it's very significant that we got so much coal so quickly. I'm just waiting for the World's Fair to end so that we can produce stuff in these core cities. These are our most productive cities, and they're all doing stuff other than what I really want to be doing with them right now, which I'll show you in just a second. The World's Fair should be about to end. Yeah, it says it's 100% completed, so it'll either end this turn or next. It can be finicky. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, see what I mean? We were 4-fold above the closest civilization behind us. So Hiawatha did manage to get a free social policy for being 2nd place. Or no, not for being 2nd place, but for producing a certain amount of production or more. But we get the culture increase of 100% for 20 turns. And then there's the free social policy we just got, and the 500 points towards the next golden age. So we just put ourselves in a very, very good position. All right, so we're going to trade with Malacca. Same trade route we already had going. We have a free policy, so let's go ahead and get the extra science. Notice right now we have plus 303. Now we have plus 338 science every single turn. City of Circe now has 5 citizens. That's good news. Influence with Bratislava has degraded. We were expecting that, so let's go ahead and give them some more gold. We're making so much gold every turn now that it's not really an issue. All right, so in Antium, I'm going to build a factory. Factories require 1 coal, as you can see from the tooltip there. But they give extra production, not only a solid boost, but a percentage boost as well. So we're going to build a factory. We're also going to build one. Ooh, it's going to take a lot longer in Cumae. Why is that? Cumae's in production focus. I guess Cumae just doesn't have a lot of production. Yeah, it's surrounded by mostly food. So that makes sense. Well, in that case, I'm just going to build a windmill in Cumae, and in 12 turns, it'll be able to produce stuff faster. I could do the same with a factory, but I think I could get a factory faster in some of my other cities. But why we're going for factories now will be clear in just a second. We're going to do a windmill in Neapolis as well. Okay. That's still not... It's taking a little bit too long for my taste. It's going to take 12 turns. In Arpinum. 6 turns in Antium, and it should take next to no time in Rome. But Let's go ahead and build a bank in Circe, keep making money. Now we want that great temple to finish. Build a farm there, yep. Right, now we want this great temple to finish in Rome. Right now it's 66 pressure emanating from Rome, from those 9 followers of Latin paganism. It won't change the amount of faith we get every turn, it just changes the religious pressure emanating from Rome. Barbarian encampment discovered. Interesting. Huh. Still showing 66 pressure. Maybe it's pressure outside of the city. Or maybe it was already at 66 when I started pointing to it. Not sure why. Okay, so we're going to build our factory in Rome. Now let me pull up culture and show you why this is so important. When I pull up ideology, notice we don't have access to this tab yet. But you have to have 3 factories or get to the modern era. So basically in 12 turns, rather, we will have access to ideologies, which are just huge cultural bonuses that you can... They're basically like policies on steroids, and I can't wait to show them to you because they really start to make your civilization feel very, very powerful. This is definitely a feature that is unique to Brave New World. It's something that was added with that particular expansion. So if you're playing vanilla Civilization 5, there won't be any ideologies, but they're very, very cool. And I'll show you which ones we're going to go for when we get there. But for now, we're 20 minutes into the episode, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload new episodes in the Civilization 5 tutorial every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT -4 for those of you not in the States. And if I'm not doing the Civ tutorial anymore when you're watching this, I might be doing something else like historical or grand strategy related in the 12 p.m. slot. Or in the 6 p.m. slot, I'll have something sci-fi, survival, or simulation related. So that's just a brief primer, just in case you're watching this after the series is already concluded. So again, thanks very much for watching. Comments are always welcome, and I'll see you guys next video.